Hey guys, this week we're going to take a look at some resource packs which were released over the past month for Minecraft 1.17.1. I downloaded all these packs from CurseForge, and like I said last time, I'll be doing a video like this every month. If you want to download any of these packs, you can find the links in the description below. XEHD is a high-definition resource pack, which aims to create textures that look like they're straight from the real world. Some of the blocks have a lot of detail to them thanks to shaders, which allows there to be visible cracks and rough features. You'll notice that cobblestone is now actually made up of individual stones, or that logs are more sharp and rugged shaped. Some of the most impressive changes are made to foliage, with leaves looking really bushy instead of just being a cube. I use this pack with BSL shaders to achieve these results. Enchanted Weapons will change the texture of your weapons, depending on the enchantment that's been applied to them. For example, a bow with infinity applied will cause it to have diamond-looking features. If you then apply flame, the arrow textures will be on fire. If you enchant a netherite sword, then you might see it having green features to show mending, or redstone for sweeping edge, which looks like blood. Future HUD changes advancement plaques, a mod I recently mentioned on my channel. Instead of being a more RPG theme for the plaques, they have a science fiction theme instead, which looks a little more futuristic. Just remember that this resource pack won't change the advancements window on their own. TMC's glass armor won't be for everyone, but this texture pack changes all armor types in Minecraft to glass, allowing you to see the player's skin underneath. There's a few world types I could see this being useful, and the resource pack leaves a thick outline, so it's still possible to make out what tier the armor is. Brixel completely transforms so many blocks in Minecraft so that they look very similar to Lego. The version that is available on CurseForge is a trial version, and you'll have to subscribe to the developer's Patreon to unlock the full version. And for it to function, you'll require both Optifine and a certain set of shaders. Each texture has been individually designed to ensure they still resemble vanilla look and feel. Due to it being a trial, you might not want to use this pack for a full playthrough unless you're willing to invest in the full version, as you're going to see a mix of vanilla Minecraft blocks next to Brixel ones, and it might look odd at times. But when you do see Brixel blocks, they look great, and they have some custom sounds too. The pack is also available in extremely high resolutions. LAD Skybox changes Minecraft sky, mostly by changing the stars and adding nebulas. It's an interesting change, and I think it would fit very well with a space exploration theme mod pack, and it should give you a real feeling of shooting into the stars. Findrix 3D Buckets and Fish allows you to showcase your caught fish inside of item frames in full 3D. It should make them great to show off your best catches to all your friends, or just for decoration in general. This pack covers all fish in the game, like clownfish, pufferfish, and even the new axolotl, and the buckets will also look a little different in your hand. Regular buckets of water, lava, and milk can also be placed in item frames, and I think this pack overall would work well with an invisible item frame resource pack. Railfix removes the stretch look of your angled rails, increasing the number of railroad ties on each piece of track. It's a minor improvement and just makes it so the texture remains consistent when it's attached to the straight rail pieces. It works for all rail types too. For a bit of fun, you should try the Yeeting a Steve pack. This lighthearted texture pack changes the Trident model into a full-size Steve, which also allows you a few new sound bites for each of the Trident's previous sound effects. Maybe you'd like it on Anarchy servers, or for trolling your friends. CC Levels is a simple but effective texture pack to make your potion brewing and composting life a little easier. This texture pack changes the default blank sides of your cauldron or composter, allowing you to see the exact amount of contents that are inside these blocks. If you ever wished your Minecraft world would always be nighttime, then try out the Everlasting Night resource pack. Everlasting Night changes the sky during the day so that it looks like it's night, even while still having the sun in the sky. There are 3 different styles available which you can download, which are Classic, Plasma, and Ultimate, and each one will change the sky colors at different times of the day. Enchanted 3D is a beautiful resource pack that completely brings your world to life. adding 3D elements to a lot of the Minecraft blocks. You'll notice changes in all different areas, especially when looking at the likes of barrels, carpets, ores, stones, bricks, furnaces, and a lot more. This is a great pack to make your world feel more realistic and give it a sense of depth. Some blocks have some new variants too, like bookshelves and crafting tables, which can have a more randomized appearance when placed down. Fire improvement is useful for those of you that enjoy PvP in Minecraft, but it's also just useful in general. When installed, this pack changes the visual impact of being on fire when in first person, allowing you to see more clearly. I think this is a vital pack for anyone who often finds themselves in stressful fights. If you struggle to find ores in darker areas or don't have torches, the Emissive Ores texture pack is bound to help. It gives ores in the game a glow-in-the-dark effect. This is something I wouldn't mind being in vanilla, and is great for when you're exploring underground. Sconces will make some changes to both regular torches and soul torches. Their textures have been changed so they match the sconces provided by the Supplementaries mod. They look a lot better, whether they're placed on top of a block or on the side of it. Rain Revamp is a realism pack that changes the color of rain particles in Minecraft to appear more realistic. It removes the vibrant blue color in vanilla and replaces it with a more realistic light gray color. Bewitched is a remake of an older popular pack of the same name. With this resource pack installed, some changes you might immediately notice are that some blocks now have 3D elements to them, which you might notice on sugarcane, pumpkins, bookcases, lanterns, and more. It's hard to describe the style of this pack, but it has a typical cartoon theme, with a dark tone to it. Some great improvements are made to mobs, especially the witch and spider, who look a lot scarier. Minimalist Dark GUI is an interface update for all you minimalists out there. It changes the look and feel of the vanilla Minecraft UI to remove basically everything, leaving very simple dark gray boxes and a new look hotbar. It won't be for everyone, but I think it's kinda cool. What do you think? LEGO Experience Studs replaces your normal Minecraft Experience orbs with classic-looking LEGO studs, a throwback to your favorite LEGO games of old. Combine this with Brixel, which we mentioned earlier, and you can create an immersive LEGO experience. Furnace Reimagined is a great pack to improve animations in Minecraft, specifically on the smoker and furnace blocks. Some small tweaks are made, like making the animation smoother or making new areas of the blocks glow. This pack is part of the Reimagined series, which I covered in my last resource pack video. Sheep Ender Dragon is exactly what it says. It turns the Ender Dragon into a giant sheep, which you'll spot flying around the dimension. I'm not sure why you might want to use a pack like this, or maybe it makes perfect sense. Oberhaul makes some changes to the elements on your HUD, specifically elements like your health, hunger, armor, hotbar, and experience bars. They look a bit cleaner and more medieval themed, I'd say. Re-Archery makes some small changes to archery-related items. Firstly, bows, crossbows, and arrows have had slight changes made to their textures, giving them a little more detail. But if you have Optifine installed, you'll notice that 16 or more arrows will now turn into a quiver instead. Another pack that makes changes to a mod is Colorized Antique Atlas. Instead of being black and white, the atlas will now have a lot of color, which you'll mostly see on trees. Antique Atlas is one of my favorite mods, and it's great to see it getting some add-ons. I really like the Overgrowth pack, and it's 16 by 16 in resolution. It has a nice pixel art style to it, but also feels like it could be a pack used in a horror adventure-themed world, as a lot of the textures really have a grunge feeling to them. A few changes are made to mobs, so they have some areas which are 3D, and I think the spider is the scariest of them all, especially with the length of the legs. You'll also spot connected textures, new interfaces, falling leaves, and small items which can randomly spawn on blocks. That's the end of our monthly resource pack video. Make sure to check out the previous one I did, which should be on the screen right now, as it also shows resource packs available for the latest version, with a few interesting ones mentioned. As always, leave a like and subscribe for more.